Hello friends, today we will discuss about the very famous poem Lakshman written by the great Indian poetess Toru Dutt. Introduction of the poem. This poem is an extract from Toru Dutt's Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan, which is published in 1882. The poem tells a story from the Hindu epic Ramayana, in which the hero Rama is told to procure a golden deer for his wife Sita. After Rama leaves Sita with his brother Lakshman for safekeeping, he finds out that the deer is actually a demon and kills it. When the demon dies, it calls out for help using Rama's own voice. Lakshman knows Rama is invincible and does not worry. Sita panics at the sound of cry for help and asks Lakshman to go and investigate so that he can both please Sita and also ensure that she stays put as ordered by Rama. Lakshman draws a line in the ground that Sita is not to cross while he leaves to search for Rama. While he is absent, Sita crosses the line and is abducted by the demon king Ravan. Hark, Lakshman, hark! Again that cry. It is my husband's voice. Oh, hasten to his secure fly. No more hast thou, dear friend, a choice. Uh, Toru Dutt tells us the story of Lakshman sinking away from Sita's presence with evil forwarding in his heart. Hark means listen. Listen, Lakshman, listen. Again that cry. When Sita hears the cry of Maris, uh, which resembles the cry of her husband, Lord Ram, Lakshman was left behind by Ram while he himself went hunting a gold deer. The task assigned to Lakshman was to guard Sita against all dangers in the forest. Sita asked Lakshman to hurry up because the cry that reached her ears are mistaken to be Ram's. She says that there is no alternative, he must rush to the rescue of Lord Ram. He calls on thee. Sita is saying to Lakshman that his brother is calling you. Perhaps his foes environ him on all sides round, and Sita imagines that the enemies has attacked on Ram from all sides. That wail, it means death's final throes. Why standest thou as magic bound? Uh, Ram, Sita is saying that Ram is calling Lakshman for help. Perhaps he has been surrounded by all sides by the enemies. These cries seem to be the last cries of a man on the verge of death. He, she asked Lakshman why he is standing there, as if he were bound by some magic or witchcraft. The abrupt beginning of the poem shows that Toru Dutt was a postmaster in the art of narrating Puranic stories, and Toru Dutt manages the octosyllabic line with considerable skill. Her rhymes were very natural and scenes glides along without interruption. Is it a time for thought? O gird thy bright sword on, and take thy bow. He heeds not, hears not any word. Evil hangs over us, I know. When Sita has heard some terrible cries and she thinks that these are coming from her husband Lord Ram, she asks Lakshman to rush to Lord Ram's help. She says that this is not the time for thought but for prompt action. She asks him to guide his bright sword and take his bow with him. Since Lakshman was assigned the duty of guarding Sita, he does not move from there. Sita says that Lakshman does not pay any attention, does not hear any word. She feels sure that some evil is to befall them. She says that Lakshman was always quick in taking decision, prompt in action, and brave to the extent of being rash. How can he be the same man who rushed to rescue of all people? Swift in decision, prompt in deed, brave unto rashness. Can this be? The man to whom all looked at need, it is my brother that I see. Sita is not sure whether the man whom she is before her is the same Lakshman, her own brother in law, that helps everyone in need. Ah, no, and I must run alone, for further here I cannot stay. Art thou transformed to blind, dumb stone? Wherefore this impious, strange delay? Sita has heard some terrible cries and she thinks that these are coming from her husband Lord Ram. Therefore she asks Lakshman to rush to Ram's rescue, but Lakshman does not budge an inch from there. Sita finds that Lakshman is not willing to rush out to Lord Ram's rescue. Therefore Sita determines to run alone. She cannot stay at that place any longer. She asked Lakshman whether he had been changed to a piece of stone that can neither see nor hear. Why he is delaying in an unholy and strange manner? That cry, it seems to ring still in my ears. I cannot bear suspense. If help be failed to bring his death, at least we both can share. When Sita hears again that cry, she cannot tolerate this, and that cry, which is still resounding in her ears, she cannot tolerate the state of uncertainty and says that if they fail to help Lord Ram, both of them will have to share the grief of Lord Ram's death. The stanza shows that Torudat explains the story in very impressive manner. Oh, calm thyself, Videhan queen. No cause is there for any fear. Hast thou his prowess never seen? Wipe off for shame that dastard tear. When Sita hears the cry of Marich, which resembles the cries of Lord Ram, she asks her brother-in-law to rush to Ram's rescue, but Lakshman does not was even an inch from there. He was given the duty of safeguarding Sita in Ram's absence. Lakshman requests the Videha daughter, who is Sita, to calm herself and not to worry at all about the safety of Lord Ram. There is no fear of any harm to Ram. He asks Sita whether she has never seen Ram's gallantry. He asks Sita, he requests Sita to wipe off her cowardly tears. What being of demonian worth could ever brave his mighty arm? Is there a creature on earth that dares to work our hero harm? Lakshman consoles Sita that there is no demon who can bring any harm to Lord Ram. Nobody can face Ram's mighty strength in the world. He asserts that there is no living creature on the surface of earth who can have the courage to bring any harm to uh, Lord Ram. Lakshman tries to console Sita by saying these words that nobody in this world can harm Lord Ram. The lion and the grizzly bear cower when they see his royal look. Sun staring angels of the air, his glance of anger cannot brook. In these lines, Lakshman says that Ram is such a gallant as to instill fear in the hearts of the lion and fearful bears. Lion and bears will tremble with fear if they happen to see King Ram's look. Even the eagles, which cannot stare at the sun, cannot tolerate the angry glance of Lord Ram. Python and cobras at his trade, to their most secret covert glide, bowed to the dust, each serpent head erect before in hooded pride. Lakshman says to Sita that even the pythons and cobras slink away at the sound of his footfall and hide themselves in their deep holes. The serpent, which held their hoods proudly erect, just bowed down and disappeared in their hole at Lord Ram's tread. In this stanza, Lord Lakshman tries to console Sita and explaining the bravery of Lord Ram that nobody in this world can harm Ram. Even pythons, cobras, lions, bears, everyone in this world will be fearful with the angry look of Lord Ram. So these are the lines of Lakshman poem by Toru Dutt. Thank you so much.